Literally, I accidentally came during a job interview. That's the title. Yeah, I know that's the title, bro. Let's lock in. Let's lock in. This is crazy, and it's a story time. I think that is
Hi,
crazy.
everybody. I had a job interview today.
Why is this? Why is shit? What's going on here, bro? What's going on here, bro?
Hi, everybody. I had a job interview today.
Yo. Bro. I'm tripping, bro. Okay. Let's try this again, bro. Freaky ass D need a steady ass inside. Rose ass up like a fresh pack of Zod.
Hey, and
Alright. Let's try
hi,
this again.
everybody.
There we go.
I had a job interview today, and I came in my pants during the interview. I have struggled my entire life with ADHD and anxiety and bipolar disorder, and I've spent so long trying to figure out how to manage my symptoms so that I can actually be a normal person on a day-to-day basis, and it seems like everything I do doesn't work. I was addicted to Xanax for so long, and it ruined my life, and it just felt like everything I did somehow made it worse. And now the one thing that I thought worked clearly doesn't. Basically, I figured out at a very young age that if I was anxious and I was insecure, then the way that in the moment I could sort of calm myself down and make myself focus and make myself more confident was to make myself horny, basically. So, you know.
What? Huh? Alright, bro. Alright, let me pull my fucking hat down, bro. What the fuck am I watching? Alright, bro. Alright, bro. Okay.
Thinking about something sexy to the point where I would get
So nigga was at a job here, just thought about some crazy shit. And he's like, just start busting in this shit.
So I would, if I get a chubby or that sort of stuff. And most of the time it went fine. It would actually work really well because what it does is it sort of makes it's sort of like a natural medication, because when you get horny, the chemicals that your brain releases are, you have dopamine and adrenaline and those sorts of things, and that's very similar to the medications that you would actually take for anxiety or ADHD or that sort of stuff. So I figured I was just going to do that and it would be fine, but I got to the interview and I started having a panic attack as usual in my car, and I pulled out my phone and I started looking at porn, and
nigga busted
whacking
it.
Yo. Because that really helps when I have a panic attack. It helps me. And I guess that was my first mistake. I sort of got a head start before I went in, so I go in and it starts off okay. The receptionist is very nice. I'm waiting for the guy to come out who's going to interview me, and I sort of start preparing my fantasy that I'm going to focus on through the interview. So it's good. For me, usually that's stuff.
Bro, if that's the case, why you just rub one out in the bathroom before he fucking... I don't know. This nigga's dumb. This nigga just pissed me off.
Like cucking and pet. Well, I don't know.
What?
I don't need to get
Huh?
into it, but you know what I mean. Everybody has sort of their little things that they like.
Pets, bro?
Sorry.
Well, what is this, bro?
I just have been crying all day since it happened this morning. So the guy comes out, and I have to kind of, because I don't want to stand up and then have a, boing thing happen. So I stand up and I say hello. I shake his hand, blah blah blah, and it starts going well. We make small talk, and we go into the interview room, and it starts fine. But then the first thing that happened that sort of made it go worse was that on the website they advertised the position as being fully remote, but then in the interview he said that actually I had to come in 3 times a week still.
Oh shit.
And I started to get, normally I probably would have just said okay whatever, but this I really didn't want to come in because, like I said, I have debilitating anxiety and social crap. So I looked for a remote position on purpose so that I would be able to be easier for me to work. So I wanted to confront him about this, and because my anxiety was getting worse and increasing, I had to sort of make I had to get more aroused, because it's like if that goes up, then this has to go up, right?
Huh?
So I was thinking more about my fantasy, and then also I was there was a desk there, so I started
This nigga about to bust out his jeans, bruh.
kind of working myself. You know what I mean? I know that when I'm explaining it right now, it sounds bad, but you have to understand that most of the time nobody would find out, right? And you also have to understand how difficult it is. I don't think most of you know how difficult it is to have anxiety and panic disorder. And
I have to ask questions. You have hello?
What was that?
You have anxiety, right?
Yeah, what?
This guy says like you don't understand, like because you don't have anxiety and stuff. But I had to call, right? I had to call just send me some things. So this nigga basically says when he gets anxiety goes high, basically gets aroused. Like it's like a coping mechanism. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, to me that doesn't make any sense, but to each their own.
He's like, bro, basically my anxiety goes up, my my schlong goes up, so I have to take care of that, it's like a de-stressor type of thing. Cause then I can like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm getting for this. That's what I'm getting for this right now.
Sense, but also that's really weird.
Okay, cool. Oh, cool. I thought it was just a normal thing. I was like, do all the niggas with like anxiety have this shit, or am I just tripping?
No, and it when you feed into that, it just builds up an addiction. So.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
This nigga's just weird. This nigga's just weird.
ADHD and probably autism. I don't even know. I have tons of stuff.
What?
Feels like every single. So it's debilitating. So I try to do anything I can to feel better. And if this is what in a capitalist system, I do anything and anything to survive in capitalism. So yeah, I was under the table, yeah. And he says, so I ask him, so you advertise the position online as being a remote position, but now you're saying that it's not. And he said, well, I don't know what we said online. Sometimes that stuff isn't accurate.
All right.
So I said, whatever. And I moved on, because now I'm not even sure I want this job anymore, but maybe, that's the type of thing where maybe we can figure it out later. And then Then he asked me about my last job, which obviously I got fired from if you watch my recent videos. So I was trying to figure out a way that I got really nervous trying to figure out a way that I could say what happened, but also not, if he called my old boss and asked what happened, I didn't want to have lied, but also I want to explain it in a way that it doesn't sound that bad and seems, reasonable, and hopefully makes him not want to call the people. So I just...
What did he say?
I think at this point, I don't know. I mean, I sort of was not aware exactly of... I was trying to kind of keep myself under control, but I was also
handsy.
I felt myself
ballsy.
All of a sudden, it kind of snuck up on me. I felt myself kind of all of a sudden go over the point of no return, right? And so I felt it happen, and I was kind of like, and I tried to pretend to have a coughing fit, because you can try to act like nothing's happening, but on a certain level, something's gonna happen. So I'm trying to go like, and I must not have done a very good job, I guess, because afterwards he looked at me very strangely and he was like, is everything okay? And then I just kind of broke down and I said, no, it's not. It's not okay. Because I know that it's not your fault, but nothing in my life is going right at all. And it feels like everything I do to try to make it better just makes it worse and ruins my life more. So no, it's not okay. And at this point, I knew that the interview was over and we were past the point of no return. And
I ain't gonna front. That nigga probably saw your shit. He's like, you good, my nigga? I try to imagine. Yo, you know how big-headed this nigga got to be? Well, I don't think that's a good title. Depending on what the interview was, bro, if she was a woman or a female, that shit had to be highly uncomfortable. And second, nigga, your ego could be short. Like, yeah, bro, I'm so fine that nigga literally busting his pants in my interview. Let me not, you know what I mean? Like, bro, Chad can literally go one or two ways, literally. If it was a female. But if it's a male, that shit'll probably be gay. And second, I'm not doing no more interviews. That's literally what it's going to be for a guy.
Started crying. And I stood up I said, you know what, we talked a little bit for a formality, but then eventually I said, okay, I think all right, that's, and I stood up, and it was obvious what happened. I don't know what else I need to say. And I shook his hand because I didn't know what else to do. What am I supposed to do? I just shook his hand and I ran out so that before the receptionist could see me or anybody else in the office, but I'm sure they all saw me. And I just kept waiting in my car and cried all day. So that's my story. That's just the latest thing that's happened to me that has been totally horrible. I just hope one day my life gets good. Because I can't do this anymore. I can't live like this. I can't.
I'm gonna catch our chat. That's a good way to answer. I'm done. Y'all have a nice night. I'm gonna see y'all Friday, bro. Y'all stay safe. I'm about to go cry on my pillow right now. I love y'all though.